Alright, let's try this again. Welcome back to another Cupid Parasite, everyone. I started recording 8 minutes ago, and I didn't realize that my game sound was turned off, so we are trying this over again. We left off with Raul and Lynette. Lynette was hurt, lost in a ruin, and someone whisked them away to Celestia because she was about to die. I'm assuming she was about to die because she came down with a really bad fever and there was no help that she can get down there. And I have no idea how many more hours are left in Raul's route because his sections have been like, oh, and there goes my battery. His sections have been really long. Like some of them have been an hour almost each. And I'm like, we have 5 sections left. How many hours that is, I don't know. But at least my voice is coming too. My voice started off really raspy, but I think the 8 minutes was a nice warm up to get my voice talking. So it's so warm. I feel like I'm swimming in cotton. The pain, the suffering, the anxiety, all gone. A hand touches my forehead. I bet it's Raul's. That's right, I need to wake up. Raul must be worried sick. I open my eyes and wake myself only to be greeted by a sudden hug.
Lynette!
Ah, it was Raul. He was hugging me like he's trying to squeeze the air out of me.
よかった。よかった。もう、君が助からないかと思って。本当に、よかった。
Raul embraces me with all his might as his body shook. Raul. I can feel his warmth. I see I'm alive. I touch my foot to confirm that it's been healed. I return to my divine form because I'm back in Celestia. My injuries are gone and death fled from me. But if I hadn't returned, I'm sure I would have died. I never would have felt the warmth from Mal again. I'm so glad I'm alive. I hold onto Raul's shoulder and try to catch a breath. The thought of dying and not being able to speak with him again is too much. If the tables were turned, I probably wouldn't have been able to save him. That's just how precious our situation was. The sense of relief weighs down on me, bringing tears through enough to blur my vision. Raul, thank you. We made it.
神が助けてくれたんだ。
You're right. I'm sure it was Auntie back then. She did say she was watching over me as she spent her time looking over the human world. I bet she saw what happened and guided us out. We hold each other crying. Slowly the heat from his body subsides.
ねえ、リネット。俺、今回の旅行で君に伝えたいって思ってたことがあるんだ。本当はギリシャのホテルで言いたくて、いろいろ準備してたんだ。それでその時にサプライズで渡そうってプレゼントとかも用意してた。ハプニングで全部なくなっちゃったけどさ。
That's really cute. He planned like a whole big romantic thing for his confession.
それを今言っていいかな。
Yeah, let's go, and looks right at me. It'd be rude for me to interrupt him now. All I do is nod in response. Yes, what is it? Raul smiles and rubs my cheek with his bruised fingers.
俺は恋をしたことがなかったからさ。この感情がなんて名前なのか自分でもしばらくわからなかった。でも君が他の男といたら苛立ったし、君といると幸せで、ずっと君と話したいなって思ってた。はっきりと分かったのは、君以外の女の子と話した時だよ。同じ神話の話をしているのに、全然違うって気づいたんだ。君としかできない話があるんだって思った。その後に君がキューピッドだったって知って、もしかしてそれで違うのかなって。でも違った。別に 君が神だからってのは理由じゃなかった。君と一緒にいると自然でいられるのが嬉しくて、君の喜ぶ顔が見たいだけだった。君が笑ってくれると嬉しくて、君がいないと俺は寂しかった。君が恋愛アドバイザーじゃなくなった後、君に会えなくてつまらないって毎日思ってた。それで軽率なんかじゃなく、君とキスがしたいっていつも思ってた。俺の演技が良くなったのは全部君のおかげなんだ。俺が好きになったのは君なんだよ。
Raul. Raul places a hand on my hand and looks straight into my eyes. His eyes are earnest, innocent, and gentle. His eyes are green, much like fresh leaves. His eyes look at me like someone who has never known love before. Inside his eyes is me. Hey, Raul. It just turns out that I finally realized that I'm actually in love with you too, Raul. You can kiss me anytime, really. He lets out a wide smile, seeing me smile suddenly. He gives me the most gentle kiss I've ever experienced. You mean we get a CG in the first 10 minutes? Oh my goodness. I don't have to fish around for 2 hours. I'm surprised no one, I was expecting someone to interrupt them because, you know, they're in Celestia. They were just saved. It would be fitting for someone to just, go in and, interrupt them all of a sudden so they don't get to share a kiss. Celestia is warm, like we're in the midst of the spring season. We share our love and joy together for the first time.
好きだよ、リネット。
I think Raul's severely underdressed for this situation. I love you too. Our fingers intertwine and our lips touch ever so gently, ever so sweetly. We've kissed before, but now that our feelings are one, this kiss is special. Raul, thank you for saving me. You can't imagine how happy I was when you treated me like a normal human girl. Not to mention your love for me as a god too. There's no escape that I'm a Cupid. There's no escape? There's no denying? Is that how it's supposed to be translated? But now he can love my heart, yearning to be human, and my body, that which is a god's.
俺、神話マニアのままでいいの？
Of course, I'm part of mythology after all. God of love, Cupid. While I don't recall doing anything the myths of Cupid spoke of, I wouldn't mind making them real with him. Wasn't there a story where a god falling in love with a human turns into one as well? Say, Raul, you don't mind whether I'm a god or not, right?
もちろんだよ。人間でも神でも好きになったのは君自身だから。
He gently runs his finger along my clothes and smiles.
今の服もすごく可愛いね。深海に来たから神の姿になったんだよね。
That's right, this is me as a god.
すごく可愛い。いつもと同じぐらい可愛いよ。
It must be really dawning on him that he's kissing a god now.
普段と何も変わらない。アドバイザーとしての君も、今の君も、何も着てない君も、全部好きだ。
Of course he adds, I also love you, you don't have anything on.
君を連れ去れるなら、神様じゃなくなってもいい。むしろ人間になってほしいかも。喧嘩した時に深海へ逃げられたら困るからさ。
That's funny. Be a human so that we can't run away. You're planning on having a fight with me.
だってずっと一緒にいたら喧嘩することもあるでしょ。夫婦喧嘩の末に実家に帰りますって君が深海に帰っちゃったら困るなって思ったんだ。
Husband and wife fits. Those words alone are making my heart race with joy. Someone wants to actually walk alongside me even though I'm a god.
だから人間でも神でも悪魔でも化け物でも君と一緒に生きられるなら君が何になったっていいんだ。
He smiles and kisses me again. I place my hand on his body and feel the heat coming from him with my fingertips. He is the one who I fell in love with, the person who calls me by my name in a voice that I so dearly love. Same here too. I can love you no matter who you are, Raul. Raul has played everything from an archaeologist to a king. I know I will love him even if he wasn't human, because I fell in love with his very soul.
俺たちは無敵だね。
Still waiting on Mars to go in there and yell at him. Yes. I'm a god and he's human. We know that already, so no matter what happens, we'll be fine. We wrap our fingers together again and kiss like a couple who found love for the very first time. I never knew how amazing it felt to have found one's true love and to be loved in return by them. I never knew such a warm emotion existed. We kept kissing for as long as we could. After a while, I decided to show him my home, or rather Celestia, but then...
やばい。興奮しすぎて吐きそう。
But still, where is Mars? Any of the gods. There's a human in your realm, and you're not scolding them. I don't understand. and she's been saying how much Lord Jupiter hates, human interference in the realm and stuff like that. I don't understand. He's gonna faint. Raul crouches in the corner after scoping the area out. Are you okay?
大丈夫。いや大丈夫じゃないよ。だって俺さっき本物のネプチューン見ちゃったんだよ。
Did he really see Neptune?
まさか本当にあんな武器を持ってるなんてかっこよすぎるよ。ダメだ。吐きそう。
Unbelievable. Obsessed Parasite is on full throttle.
これは大変なことだよ。俺人間なのに深海に来ちゃったんだ。どうしよう。バレたら星座にされるかな。
Turn you into a constellation. I doubt that would happen, but if Lord Jupiter did find you, he may erase your memory.
本当？ジュピター見たいんだけどな。いっそ俺神のふりすればいい？
Whatever. But you don't have that aura that us gods have.
一生ここにいたいけどいたくない。どうしよう。というか君の両親に挨拶を。ダメだ、また吐きそうになってきた。
Come on. I rub Raul's back as he crouches on the ground. Suddenly I hear footsteps coming from behind. Finally, someone shows up.
目が覚めたのね。
Lady Minerva. And there she is.
ミネルバ神？俺をオイスターから救ってくれた。
お疲れ様、二人とも無事クリアね。
Thank goodness, what perfect timing. I went to your room, but you weren't there. Lady Minerva, you saved us back then, right? Thank you very much. And, huh? For some reason, Auntie has my bow and arrow in her hands. Uh-oh. I quickly look at my chest to discover that my divine artifact necklace is gone. Why do you have that with you, Auntie? I thought no one could take it off besides me.
そうよ。キューピッド自身ですら、キューピッドの矢は外せない。それが深海の掟よ。
Meaning there's two Cupids, right?
でもその掟が通用するのも、キューピッドがキューピッドの資格を持っている間だけなのよ。
Okay, so she lost her godlyhood when she fell in love. Huh.
キューピッドの資格？
キューピッドは恋を司る神。だから人間に本気で恋をしてキスをすると、その役割から解放されるの。
Which totally didn't happen in Gil's route, but whatever.
恋をしている子が他人の恋結びをできるはずないじゃない？ 自分の恋に夢中なんだから。Q ちゃんだって不思議に思ってたでしょ？自分の知らないキューピッドのエピソードが人間界にたくさんあるって。
She's right. I was never teased by Apollo or ever fell in love with what happened with Psyche. It was really strange, but the god answering the oddity is one of the diconstants, god of wisdom and war, Minerva.
キューピッドは代替わり制なの。D コンセンテスと違ってね。
Okay, it's a title, so yeah, she's not the first Cupid. You're kidding me. I simply assumed all of those weird episodes about me were just made up by humans. But I was wrong. There were other Cupids before me. Wait a minute, does that mean there really was a Cupid that pricked his finger on his own arrow?
そうよ。ドジっ子よね。あの子もいろいろな試練を超えて、最終的には人間として生きたキューピッドね。
そうだったんだ。すごい。これは世紀の大発見だ。
Raul's eyes are gleaming with excitement. He's right that this is a discovery of the century.
そうか。キューピッドは代替わり制。だから時代によって姿形が違うんだ。それよりつまり彼女は人間として生きていいんだね。
Ah, that's right, which means I'm not Cupid anymore.
そうよ。おめでとう。87代目のキューピッド。あなたは自由よ。
She says congratulations, like it's a good thing. Raul.
やった。一緒に暮らせるんだ。
We hold each other's hands in joy. I can live with him in happiness now. Or so I thought. I'm like, yeah, what about everyone else? Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Someone shot an arrow at them. Huh? Suddenly, 2 arrows find their way into Raul. Into Raul? The golden arrow and the leaden arrow. The 2 arrows have impaled Raul's heart. What? I turn around to see my aunt with the bow in hand. Auntie?
この瞬間をずっと待ってたの。キューちゃんが恋をして、キューピッドの矢が次代のキューピッドに移行する前。キューピッドの矢の所有権が空白になる瞬間をね。
Raul's body made a kind of crackling sound and his body started to crumble. Raul falls to the ground and the 2 arrows slowly disappear. Her eyes are open. That's really scary. Raul's face is pale as if his soul drifted away. Raul. Raul, what just happened? I don't understand. What's wrong with you? I shake Raul, but he doesn't wake up. Auntie, what'd you do to him?
元に戻しただけよ。
Used to be. What? As I ponder what she meant by that, Raul slowly wakes himself up. Raul, are you alright? I quickly try to hold him up when...
女、私に触れるな。
Oh my goodness. Who is this man? Is it the, I don't even know if it's the same voice actor. It's gotta be the same voice actor, right? I don't recognize it at all. Huh? He slaps my hand away coldly. But his eyes are cold like never before, as if he isn't the same person I know. You know, I said I said that this game could, you know, expect the unexpected. With 5 sections left, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like such a sweet root baby. I mean, they're together, right? Oh my gosh, and now they're not. As soon as they told each other they love each other, they're not together anymore. Like, there's an obstacle, and it's a really big obstacle. Oh my goodness. Raul?
ラウル？なんだその名は。
Who is he? He's got to be a part of the gods, right?
我が名は
Oh my
アレキ
goodness.
サンダーだ。この私を
他人の名で呼ぶな。
アレキサンダー。
Is that the person she was in love with? Is that why she did that? Letty shivers in joy as she holds Raul's as she holds Alexander's hand.
ああ、やっとあなたに会えた。またあなたに会える日をずっと待ちわびていたわ。アレキサンダー、大王と呼ばれたあなたに。
Oh my goodness. So she's been plotting this whole time to get Cupid to fall in love with him, so she loses her bow and arrow so she can shoot this man and return to her lost love. You know, I thought you were on our side. What's wrong with you? Alexander King? Well, there you go.
トロイア戦争で活躍したアキレウスも好きなんだけど、やっぱ一番はアレキサンダー大王だよな。
He's got to be like a reincarnation or something, right? Like he can't be the same Alexander way back then. Raul is Alexander the Great. What is going on here? I thought Alexander the Great was Macedonia's king and already...
そう、本来であればもういない人。とっくの昔に死んだ人よ。そして私が生涯をかけて唯一本気で愛した人だったわ。だから私は待っていたの。彼が生まれ変わるその時を、この深海から何千年と見守ってきたの。アレキサンダーと同じ魂がこの世に現れたら、きっと元に戻そうと思っていたわ。彼の中から前世の人格を蘇らせるんだって。恋の喜びを知る矢と恋を忘れる矢には神々の断りさえも覆す力がある。魂をひっくり返す力。前世と今世の人格を入れ替えることさえできるの。
I wonder if Alan is going to be shocked by one of those too. I feel like Alan is someone different as well.
キューピッドの矢にその力があると知って、私は何千年もチャンスを待っていたの。全体のキューピッドはうっかり殺しちゃったけど。
She killed the last Cupid? Huh? Kill Cupid? A shiver runs down my spine hearing her words, but does that mean... Is that why you were so nice to me?
あなたに恋をさせること。それがこの数年での私の目的だったわ。
Auntie smiles at me like usual, and then she grabs my neck. She slowly raises me up. Auntie isn't strong, but for some reason my body rose easily into the air. I struggle and kick with all my might as I grab Auntie's hands, but it doesn't budge her a bit. That's right, I keep forgetting that Auntie is the god of wisdom and war. She partook in the Trojan War too. Aunt Minerva.
キューちゃん、私のことはなんて呼ぶんだった？
Auntie's voice is the same as usual, her usual tone, her usual words. But now she's trying to kill me. Or at least, she has her grip so hard that it's difficult to breathe.
大丈夫よ。そのうち新しいキューピッドが生まれるわ。
Is Mars and Venus okay with this though?
だからあなたは余生を人間として過ごしてちょうだい。定年退職ってやつね。
She lets her grip go. There's no ground behind me. Auntie summoned a gate to the human world right behind my back. With nothing to hold me, the gate sucks me in.
バイバイ。キューちゃん、元気でね。
Lady Minerva, Raul! I extend out my arm, but the door suddenly closes. The world around me is white as I keep falling with my arm still extended. I keep falling. Good, it's over. Jeez. Keep hitting the A button, but nothing happens. There we go. I have no words. Yet again, I have no words. What the heck? What just happened? Dang it, I just gotta spend the next 5 seconds getting him back. Oh my goodness. I'm on 2nd Avenue in Lost York. I wonder if Alan and Clarice is going to help her. Actually, Clarice was plotting with her, so never mind. People are walking to and fro with cars driving along the street. Around me is the human culture that Auntie and I both love. She is not your aunt.
さあ、これが私の作った人間界への降臨用ゲートよ。
Wow, 221B, isn't that the same as Shamrock Holmes?
ご明察。さすが Q ちゃんね。これを作った時、ちょうどその映画にハマってたのよ。
The best aunt I could ever have, the god Minerva. I gained an interest in the human world. I joined Cupid Corp. It was all because of my aunt. She taught me, supported me, and deceived me, which is why I came to the human realm. And it's here that I learned to love. Tears rolled down my cheeks. Auntie did all this to get her love back. And the person Auntie loved was the person with her love's soul, my love. That was a really short one. Honors, decorations, and something else. It was called Honors, Decorations, and Magnificence. There was nothing I could do, so I dragged myself back home. I'm back. Bet you Clarice is not even there. The room is cold with no one around. I was hoping Clarice would be here. I bet seeing Clarice will help now, even if she cheers me up. The fact that I lost my divinity and my loved one doesn't change. Yes, I lost my divine artifact, which means that there's no way for me to return to Celestia. I'm sure Alan will help her. He helped in Gil's route. I sit on my bed with my head down. I can't believe how useless I am. I actually went to Raul's place earlier, but it's not like I have the key, so I tried calling for him with no luck. I then contacted his agent, but she told me she couldn't get in touch with Raul too. I would have assumed that everyone would have lost their memory of Raul, with him being like spirited away like that. But I guess not. I finally tried to contact the members of the Mythological Society, but they didn't have much to help that they could help with. So here I am now with no other options left. What should I do? Is there anything I can do? Maybe I can go to some ruins that's said to be connected to Celestia. To think it was only a while back that I didn't even believe in such a thing. But if there really was a way to get to Celestia, I'm sure more humans would have found their way there, and I don't recall that ever happening before. Which means that there really is nothing I can do. Alan knows how to get there, probably. I never knew Cupid was a title and it was something that you could lose. No one told me that before. Not once had I heard about it. Everything that I learned back then was news to me. There are a lot of things that aren't known and kept secret among the Die Constituents. Then again, they could let whoever involved know at least. I can't believe they made me make couples without telling me a thing. Cupid isn't some kind of tool, you know. I also have a problem with my mom and dad. I'm sure they saw other Cupids before. Maybe that's why Dad was angry at me, because he saw how the marriage rates were low during my term. I bet the gods wanted me to become a human because I wasn't doing a good job in comparison to the other Cupids. That doesn't mean she could take Raul away, though. I cradle myself in frustration as tears begin to swell. I'm fine being human, but that was based on the premise that my loved one would be here with me. But Raul was taken from me, and his personality was swapped too. My arrows made the Raul I knew disappear. Chi isn't around too. I'm sure Chi hid beneath the bed before I left, but I can't seem to find him anywhere. Or maybe he left me because I'm not a god anymore. I thought maybe Chi might know a way to save Raul. I don't think you can see Chi anymore if you're human. That's what they said at Shelby's route. But he was sent to me by Auntie, so maybe he was a spy all along. He's a spy. I'm a former Cupid turned human who doesn't know much about Celestia. It's not surprising that I don't know what else I can do now. Chi is such a meanie leaving me like this. The moment I mumble, I hear rustling coming from the closet. I look toward that direction and see a white furry tail sticking out. Chi? I grab his tail, then hear him bump his head in the closet. Oh, Chi. I drag out Chi by his tail to discover him shaking scared. Chi, thank goodness you're here. I'm so sorry, I thought you were a spy. So, Chi, I need your help. I'm not a god anymore, and I lost my divine artifact too. I need to save Raul and return him to how he was, but do you know how I can get to Celestia? I think he is a spy, but just not Minerva's spy. Is he trying to tell you? That's cute. Chi's eyes widen with my words, and then he hurriedly flutters around me in circles. Chi is trying to tell me something, not that I can tell what he's trying to say, though. What is it, Chi? What are you trying to tell me? Like, listen. Why would you listen? Chi speeds out to the living room and then presses the TV remote. I hold my breath as I see what is being televised. Tornadoes and storms are appearing all over the world. Oh, no. That's Jupiter, right? Zeus? I mean, it probably has nothing to do with him, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Currently, abnormal weather is happening on a global scale, which is causing a lot of confusion. We have information that there's a tornado in Los Angeles, a storm surge in Baltimore, and hail is falling in Warrenton. All transportation is being affected. Also, a mysterious phenomenon where the sky is turning red all over the world is occurring. According to the National Weather Service, there is some relationship to the abnormal weather.
Oh my goodness. I quickly run outside after watching the news. I'm greeted with strong winds and a sky color like never before. You know, I'm really excited now because there hasn't been any kind of like danger or any kind of suspense in this game other than just relationship wise. So this whole new element in the game is like really exciting to me. Is this your doing, Chi? He runs away. Chi jumps at the sight and speeds right back inside. All I'm doing now is looking at the sky in stupor. You know, the fact that Chi knew what was going on, I think he is connected to Lord Jupiter, because isn't like Jupiter Zeus, and Zeus is what? God of Thunder, right? So, what in the world is going on? I walk outside to the street where the crowds are gathering and worriedly look into the sky.
10番街の方で竜巻が出たんだって。
嘘、やっば、うち帰れないじゃん。バスも止まっちゃったし、地下鉄なら動いてる？
おい、今看板が飛んでったぞ。ここもやばいんじゃないか。
Lost York, Washington, and Baltimore experiencing abnormal weather. This isn't because of Auntie, is it? There's something up in the sky. Suddenly the sky fills with light.
おい、あれなんだ？
まさか UFO?
Huh? I look up and see a light shining through the dark clouds. From the light appeared... Raul? Oh no. What the... In the sky is Raul? What in the... Oh my goodness. As I stand there with my mouth open, all the lights in Lost Short begin to flicker eerily. Suddenly Raul's figure appears on the street monitor.
Mina no mono, kike. Waga na wa Alexander. Meikai yori mai modotta.
I'm sorry. Like, I can't even make that go away. He's just causing destruction everywhere.
これより私が世界を支配する。民は皆我に従え。我はすべてを統べる王だ。
How did he just like grow his hair in an instant though? That's what I'm wondering. Huh?
あれってラウル・アコニットよね。
もしかしてこれ、なんかの撮影？
あ、わかった。ラクダに乗った女神パート2の撮影じゃない？
Yeah, it would have been easier if everyone didn't remember him because he was spirited away.
よりによって今日みたいな日に撮影する？心配だな。今のってライスカート海岸だったわよね。
Right skirt beach. I didn't notice it earlier because it happened so suddenly, but I do recall seeing a bridge in Rao's background.
むしろ絶好の撮影日和ってやつじゃない？きっと強風の中で撮りたかったのよ。ほら、あの監督そういうエピソード多いじゃない？
あ、そういえばそっか。俳優が骨折したなんてインタビューでもよく答えてたもんね。今回はこんな感じの映画なんだ。面白いプロモーションじゃん。ワンとはだいぶ違うけど、見に行ってみようかな。
Somehow those two are coming to terms with the situation. It seems like they all think this is a promotion for the movie with the lights flickering and Raoul descending from the skies. Of course, I know that's not true. After all, I saw Raoul become Alexander. Whatever the case, I know where Raoul is now. I need to get there as quickly as I can. Not that there's something I can do now that I'm human, but it's better to go than not.
おい、あんたそっちは危ないぞ。
No one cares. I quickly took off towards the right skirt beach, which seems to surprise the people around me.
今海に行ったら巻き込まれるぞ。あんたも早く逃げな。
Everyone's telling me to stop, but not now. My love is there. I kept running straight for right skirt beach. There is no cars around thanks to the strong winds. You know, if Raoul doesn't show up, I am going to be slightly disappointed. Dang, that will... See, they're all like 20 minutes now. I desire nothing. Oh my goodness. Let's see, hold on. I didn't get to see that. I desire nothing, I reach for all. Okay. Yeah, I am going to be disappointed if Alan doesn't show up. If she just saves him by herself, that would be very anticlimactic to me. But whatever. I hear the thundering waves from here. I glance towards the storm above the ocean as I finally arrive to discover Raoul and Auntie standing on the Silver Gate Bridge. Raoul.
またお前か。私を別の名で呼ぶな。
No, I refuse to stop. You're Raul Aconite, that's your name.
くどい。我が名はアレキサンダー。誉れ高きマケドニアの王。それが私だ。
Raoul is clad in Alexander the Great's armor that he had in his home. The armor clings coldly with each movement.
はあ、素敵。やっぱりあなたにはその鎧がぴったりね。ちゃんと発掘させといてよかった。
Auntie, you made Raul's dad find it.
まあね、人間を導くのは神の役目だもの。彼が生まれた時からずっと見守ってるわ。オイスターからも私が救ったんだから。
Well, there you go. That's her reason for saving him.
でも、Q ちゃんがなかなか恋心を自覚しないから、私も大変だったわ。ギリシャのアトラクションはお口にあったかしら？
I already knew she was behind all that. Greek atmosphere, she's referring to the ruins Raoul and I went to. I see, so the sudden discovery of the ruins and that four-wheel drive and even the manticore was... You were simply being played with by you all along, Auntie.
ああ、地面が崩れたのだけは私のせいじゃないわよ。あんな危ないことするわけないもの。
I know she can't risk killing you, right?
安全に楽しんでもらえて、愛が芽生えそうなアトラクションに行ってもらったってわけ。それでラストでハプニングが起きちゃったから、慌ててスタッフの私が非常口にご案内したのよ。ユニバーサルランドみたいで素敵でしょ？
Lady Minerva is smiling with glee. There isn't a hint of malice in her words. There isn't, huh? I don't think it's a save. The real answer is you won't get away with this, but we're going to say, why did you do all this? We obviously know why, but whatever. Why did you do all this?
目的？彼への愛に決まってるじゃない。他はどうなってもいいの。彼さえいれば。
She smiles with a hint of sadness and gently places her hand onto Alexander's arm.
ねえアレキサンダー、さっきみたいに私にまた命令して。
Oh my goodness.
あなたが望めば嵐を起こし高潮を起こす以上のこともできるわ。だって私は戦と知恵の神ミネルバだもの。
Alright, let's go back up and choose the right one. You won't get away with this. You are not going to get away with this.
許さなくていいわ。私は私の愛を貫いただけだもの。
You've already decided that this isn't Sailor Moon.
それにきっとキューちゃんも同じ目に遭えば私と同じことをするわ。誰に認められなくてもいいの。彼さえいれば。
She smiles with a hint of sadness and gently places her hand onto Raul, Alexander's arm.
ねえアレキサンダー、さっきみたいに私にまた命令して。あなたが望めば嵐を起こし高潮を起こす以上のこともできるわ。だって私は戦と知恵の神ミネルバだもの。
Like you did before, create storms and torrents? Wait. Don't tell me you're the one causing all this, Auntie.
トローヤ戦争でもこうしてギリシャ軍の手伝いをしたものよ。私、マーズより天候を操るのが得意なの。
Maybe Mars was the one god of lightning and thunder. I don't remember anymore. Auntie flutters her hand elegantly. Suddenly, a large drops of rain fall from the sky. She's truly fit to be one of the Diconstants. Cupid has no chance against her, and worse, I'm just a human without those arrows anymore, too.
さあさあ、アレキサンダー、言って。今の私はあなたの奴隷よ。
You're just like degrading yourself as a god by calling yourself a slave to him.
ならばと愚かな人間どもを根絶やしにもできるか。
Decimate.
じゃあ洪水でも起こすのはどう？ノアの頃のように。あなたの望みなら何でもやるわ。
Like Noah?
確かに世界中の伝承には必ず大洪水の話があるよね。それが本当にあったことかもしれないんだ。君は大洪水のことを覚えている
So there really was a flood that great that happened before. Is that what she's implying to do? Stop it, Auntie. I thought gods were supposed to protect humans. If you end up killing them, then you have no right to call yourself a god.
でも彼が望むんだもの。
I recall learning that Alexander the Great was born sometime around 350 BC, which means that Auntie kept him in her mind for just about 2,350 years. There's no way I can fathom her love. That doesn't give me a reason to back off, and I don't want to lose to her. Alexander, why do you want to kill the other humans? You're a human yourself.
私はゼウスの子、アキレウスとヘラクレスの血を受け継ぎし者。人間などと呼ぶな。
He's a demigod. You're just making that up.
この世界は狂っている。私が王として復活した以上、すべてを無に帰し元通りにする。あのように不遜な光などいらぬ。輝くは王のみであるべきだ。
You know, I would think that Lord Jupiter, being like the god of gods, would have something to say about this. Alexander points to the shining bridge. I guess the unsightly light he's referring to is electricity. The light of civilization, a source that humans discovered and put to use for civilization. Calling the unsightly is completely wrong.
マケドニアを再建し、世界を我が手に収める。 そのために愚かな人間は減らすべきだ。
Unbelievable.
あー、かっこいい。東方衛星の頃と変わらないわ。
お前、東方遠征の頃の私を知っているのか？
You love him so much, he doesn't even have a clue who you are. For some reason, Alexander is frowning at Auntie. He fixes his gaze on her.
ええ、あなたのそばにずっといたわ。あなたは目覚めたばかりで記憶に混乱があるのね。でも大丈夫よ。すぐに私を愛した日々を思い出す。
Wouldn't it be a shame if he never remembers you?
愛した。お前を。
Alexander frowns sternly as if he's trying to remember something. His awakening must have been unstable. Maybe he hasn't fully taken over yet. If so, now's my chance. One wrong move and I'm sure I'm going to lose Raul forever. I need to sway him right now. I take a step forward. Raul.
アレキサンダーだ。
No, it's Raul Aconite. Please, Raul, remember me. You're not Alexander anymore. I closed in on Raul with no support. I'm not a god and I don't have my divine artifact. All I can do is talk. The high winds are making it hard to hear my voice. I yell out with all my might to fight the wind. Raul, you're the one who said you loved me. Cupid, please remember who you are.
うるさい小娘だ。
Raul, no, Alexander the Great draws his sword and points it towards me. His blade gleams viciously, but I hold my ground and look straight into his eyes. I don't know whether my voice will bring him back, but I want to meet Raul again, so... She's just gonna talk her way out of this, isn't she? Why can't we have a little more action? Hey, Raul, you told me that you like Alexander the Great and that you like him more than Achilles.
トロイア戦争で活躍したアキレウスも好きなんだけど、やっぱ一番はアレキサンダー大王だよな。
For a mythology nerd, I was surprised to learn you idolize actual people, but I guess it was because you were Alexander the Great in your past life. I smile and take another step forward. Alexander the Great still has a sword pointed at me.
近寄るな。
いやー、父さんから子供の頃にこの鎧をもらってからすっかり大ファンになっちゃったんだ。いつかアレキサンダー大王役やるのが夢だよ。
Mentioned that you wanted to play as Alexander as a Sillywood actor. To think you were Alexander all along.
32歳で熱病にかかって死ななければ世界全土を征服していたかもしれないとまで言われる大英雄アレキサンダー。彼がもしもっと長く生きていればきっと今の世界も形が違っただろうね。ああ、そんな世界も見てみたかったな。
You even said that things might have changed if he didn't die from malaria, and that you wanted to see what the world would be like if he had survived.
熱病？嘘をつくな。私が熱病で死ぬだと。このアレキサンダーが。
Raul told me cheerfully that the world may have been different with you around. You wanted to see the world that you would create, Alexander.
私は戦で命を落とした。熱病など。
Alexander's face warps in pain. He's starting to falter.
いや、違う。なんだ、あのドロドロした飲み物は。あれを飲んで私は。
Say, Raul, you're a Sillywood star. No matter who you played, you would never lose yourself. The great Alexander here isn't a great king of Macedon that you looked up to. Raul, get a hold of yourself. Or are you looking up to some puny, ruthless ruler who wants to abuse the power of gods? Alexander the Great's eyes widen.
私を小物だと小娘が知ったような口を。家に歯向かう人間などいらぬ。 やはり力を示し、真の王が誰か分からせるべきというわけか。
Alexander the Great regains his composure and then he lets out a bold smile. I'm looking at Raul, but the expression holds no semblance of Raul's features. His innocent and sunny eyes are gone, and in place is an expression befitting of a overlord to rule the world. I failed. My words weren't strong enough to bring Raul back. My vision blurs from the tears in my eyes. Raul, please.
失せろ。
Alexander the Great takes a step back and readies his sword. He then swiftly thrusts his blade. The blade makes its way into my ant. Huh? Oh my goodness. Eh? I braced for the worst with Alexander's thrust, but instead the sword impales Ant's shoulder. Auntie! Auntie is looking at Alexander with a confused look on her face.
どうしたの？アレキサンダー。
忘れもせん、ミネルヴァ！貴様、私に馬のクソみたいな薬を飲ませやがって！
Or stung of a medicine.
やだ。あれは、あなたを不老不死にしようと思って調合した薬よ。まあ、人間の体の脆さを考慮できなくて、つい免疫細胞ごと破壊しちゃったけど。
You destroyed his immune system. Wait, that means Alexander the Great fell to malaria because of the medicine you made, Auntie?
神にもミスの一つや二つぐらいあるわ。
What in the world? I was kind of waiting for some like heroic save from Alan or something, but whatever.
やはり貴様のせいで私は死んだのだな。お前さえいなければ全世界を征服できていたというのに。
Alexander angrily pulls out the impaled sword. With nothing holding her up, Auntie falls to the ground. Auntie, are you alright? I rush towards Auntie as she looks at me with a pale face.
さすがにまずいわね。でも
He's still not totally back yet. Auntie looks at Alexander with a soft expression.
そんなあなたも好き。
Auntie lets out her last words before dropping her head to the ground. Auntie! Oh my goodness, someone actually died in this game. Auntie is sleeping with the most happiest look on her face. Love is truly blind, I see. I bet she's your folk being stabbed by Alexander. The storm, tornado, and strong winds all subside, probably because Auntie is knocked out cold. Okay, so she's not dead. The ocean is quiet again as we look at each other's face in awe. Alexander the Great turns his sword towards me as I crouch on the ground.
次はお前だ。
She's gonna like just kiss him and he's gonna snap out of it. His bold voice is nothing like Raul's voice. His madness is being directed towards me. He's going to kill me if I don't do something. I flip over my unconscious aunt and take the Cupid bow and arrow necklace hanging around her neck. Oh, I guess that works too. I stand up and focus my energy into my artifact. I'm not sure whether I can use it because I'm a formal Cupid now turned human. I've been using my artifact for hundreds of years, so please answer me. Cupid's bow grows in response to my voice. Alexander takes a step back, seeing me with a bow. I look straight at him and knock my arrow into the bowstring. Yes, I knock Cupid's two arrows, the golden arrow and the leaden arrow. Reverse your personality. There is one other thing I could do after all, and this is it. I'm going to revert you. I position both arrows when suddenly a strong wind blows around us. No, this would be a really good... Oh, she's still in her god form. This would be a really good CG to use, but I don't know if I want to spoil it. Do I spoil it? I don't know. I'll have to figure that out, I guess. could say Cupid no more and be like, what happened to Raul? I mean, he does turn into that in like the first 30 minutes of the episode, right? Let's see.
Nani?
Nani? Ah! My hair sways in the wind and I feel the gravity pulling my body down. I can tell all of this is a sign that I'm doing something forbidden. But if this is what my aunt did to bring out Alexander's personality, then that means I can bring Raul's back too. I'm going to let my arrows loose. I grit my teeth as I hold the bow and arrows in position, but they're putting up a fight. Playing with someone's soul must be a grave sin. My arrows, my bow, and my soul as Cupid is trying to stop me from letting the arrows loose at once. I'm the 87th Cupid, a lowly god that can easily be replaced. Unlike my aunt who's a member of the Diconstantins, I'm weak enough for the bow and arrow to resist me. But I do my best to pull the string. Raul, listen to me. I pull the string with all my might and focus my power. I want him back. Failure is not an option. Raul, I didn't initially like you very much. You're a Sillywood actor who took girls lightly. You were someone I couldn't accept as Cupid. You're the god-loving, obsessed parasite. You kept rambling strange and weird things, so I didn't want you to find out I was Cupid. Alexander fights the wind and takes a step forward. He raises his bloody sword. But you didn't change a bit, even after knowing I was Cupid. You didn't hide your curiosity, and you didn't revere me as a god. You were Raul, the obsessed parasite. You were always full of questions for me, but you also knew when you were getting out of hand. How is she holding the bow for this long if it's resisting her? You treated me like a normal human girl. You honored my feelings of wanting to be human in this world. You told me you wanted to be with me regardless of whether I'm a god or not.
そんな話は知らぬ。私の邪魔をするな。
Alexander the Great just looks like Raul, and now he's trying to kill me. His bloody sword slowly comes down on me. I maintain my stance despite the ominous tip of the blade coming in front of my eyes. Please, I want him back. I don't mind being killed by him, so please. You told me that you love me because of who I am, which is why I fell in love with you, too, so please come back to me. I let loose both my golden and leaden arrows, just when his blade grazes my forehead. Please, divine gods. It doesn't matter whether the god is Greek, Norse, Japan, anywhere. Also, all the generations of Cupid, please lend me your power. Raul, come back. What happened? It's so cold and dark. Sounds like he's back. I wonder if I'm going to die in the darkness. My mind is starting to fade. I can't move. I can't feel anything in my limbs. My mind is slowly numbing. It's like I'm stuffed inside a small box. Strange that it doesn't feel all that bad. I guess I can disappear already. I never really took myself very seriously before anyway. I've only thought about myself all this time. I spent my life focusing on having fun and living life to its fullest. I fought off alligators. I even survived a shark attack. I lived my life on a whim and let my instincts lead me. I suppose this is just one of those huge waves that are going to swallow me whole. My instincts are telling me that I can't beat this thing. It's like when I was about to die because of Satan. I may as well give up. Soon enough, I began to lose focus of who I am. Wait a second. Who am I again? Why am I here? I can't seem to remember anything. Oh well. I decide to stop fighting my pain when suddenly I hear someone's voice. At first, her voice is so solemn that it actually filled my heart with sorrow. I know this person is someone precious to me. As I ponder what to do, her voice slowly changes to that of anger. Raul, I didn't initially like you very much. You're a Sillywood actor who took girls lightly. You were someone I couldn't accept as Cupid. Huh? What? Wait a minute, that sounds too interesting to be false. That sounds too interesting. I want to hear your voice. I want to know your thoughts that you've never disclosed to me before. Suddenly, I find myself struggling amid the darkness to try to get my body to move. At first, I could only move my pinky finger, but slowly I gained control of my arms and legs. Raul, come back. I hear her call my name, and just like that, I remember exactly where I should return. I hear a very soft ring as if something cracked. My strength fades the moment I let both arrows loose. Are we in Raul's point of view or Cupid's now? I don't even know. I bet I used too. It's like it switched very suddenly. I used too much of my power. The bow drops from my hands and I fall to my knees. Before I knew it, a hand holds me up. Huh? The bright light slowly fades, and then I find myself cradled in Raul's arms. He's embracing me after he threw his sword to the side. Surprised eyes are looking straight at me. His tension disperses the moment our eyes meet. He begins to speak in a gentle tone with an expression all too familiar to me.
Lynette.
He calls my name. It isn't Alexander. It's coming from the person I love. I can't hold back my tears any longer. Oh my goodness, we got 3 CGs. What am I going to do? Oh no. I'm conflicted. Raul. I wrap my arms around his neck and hold him with all my might. He pats my back with shaking hands and gently replies to my hug with his own. It was as if he knew that those hands of his was about to kill me.
Lynette. ごめん。君を傷つけようとして。
His deep voice of regret makes me shake my head and reply, I don't care about what happened in the past. What's important is that he's back. Raul, I thought I would never see you again. I'm not a god anymore, and even then, I wasn't a powerful god, so I wasn't sure if I could save you. I was scared, not because I may have been killed, but because I might have lost him for good.
でも、戻ってきたよ。君のおかげで。
Raul whispers gently and holds me up from crumbling to the ground. His shaking hands squeeze my back tight as if to ensure all is well now. Large hands, a familiar voice, to their back. I'm not Cupid anymore, but I was still able to use Cupid's golden and leaden arrows, unleashing them both at once as well. The only reason why Raul was able to make it back.
ずっとさ、真っ暗な中にいたんだ。
Raul whispers while looking afar.
誰もいなくて、どこまで走っても何もなくて、次第に体が重たくなっていって、身動きすら取れなくなっていった。
I just noticed that all of his hair is suddenly gone and pulled back up in a little ponytail.
暗闇の中で、怖くて、寒くて、苦しくて、だんだん自分が誰なのかわからなくなっていった。気を抜けば俺が消えちゃうところだった。俺が誰なのか、ここがどこなのかわからなくなっていって、それでも君のことだけは覚えていた。
Raul smiles and places his hand on my cheek.
君のことを考えると胸が熱くなって、君に会いたいって、それだけの気持ちで消えないように必死に耐えていた。そうしたら急に光が差し込んできて、君の声が聞こえたんだ。君の俺を呼ぶ声が。
Raul chuckles with glee.
ねえ、君は俺のことが苦手だったんだね。
Huh? Yeah, he hurt everything.
言ってたでしょ。俺が苦手でキューピッド的にありえない変なエピソードばかり喋る趣味パラサイトだって。
I was out of control then, so I don't recall exactly what I said, but that does seem to ring a bell. But
でもおかげで君とまた話したいって思ったんだ。苦手だったって本当って君に聞きたいなって。俺の知らなかった君の気持ちをもっともっと 知りたいって思った。そう思ったら急に体が軽くなった。まるでアレキサンダーよりも俺の方が強くなったみたいにさ。それで君が戻ってきてって好きだって言ってくれた途端、俺はようやく自分の名前を取り戻せたんだ。だから戻ってこられたんだよ。
Raul, it isn't Alexander the Great. My true love is in front of me right now. Tears fall from my eyes pathetically as I cry like a bawling child.
泣かせてごめん。ありがとう、リネット。
Raul.
リネット、ありがとう。俺を好きでいてくれて、俺を取り戻そうと無茶してくれて。君は人間になったはずなのに恐れずに助けに来てくれてありがとう。それで素直に俺への気持ちを話してくれてありがとう。俺に全力でぶつかってくれて。
He's the obsessed parasite, a person who keeps pestering for information on mythology. I didn't really care for him much back then, but now he's the one I love the most in the world. He'll accept me with his usual gentle and calm expression.
好きだよ。もう二度と自分をなくさないから。ずっと一緒にいよう。
Yes. The loving warmth is back in my arms again. This was a precious moment with a loved one that I had nearly lost forever. But I brought him back. Welcome home, Raul.
ただいま、リネット。
Raul gave me that trademark smile of his. Memories that stood the test of time, a secret that even I as a god didn't know. We fought against the laws of the world that only the Die Constantants knew of and won. There's no such thing as someone being reborn. It's unreal to assume that there are gods. Those are urban legends here in Lost York. We avoided the world's end that no one knew was coming and were reunited again. Welcome home. I hope that's something I can keep repeating to him from now on. I wonder if we can live our lives as humans without intervention from the gods. Yes, I'm sure we'll be fine. After all, love prevails. I know I was oh no. Oh yeah, is this the last one? Really? Hold on. Yes. Did I miss something? I didn't read That's the Wrap or Lost York Lovers. I'm so confused. What am I missing? I guess I gotta read the whole thing. But yeah, I know I was making fun of the whole this isn't Sailor Moon thing, but this is Cupid Parasite. This game is all about love, so it's really cute that that she got him back with the power of her love. I am confused about this though, because I thought we had 2 sections left, but this is what usually happens when you're on the last section, so I don't know.
Hey,
It's been a few days since Raul's return. I'm here at the shoot for Goddess Upon a Camel Part 2 again.
いやー、最高！ほんと演技パーフェクトよ、ラウル。よくやったわね。
ありがとうございます。
それにあなたも今回が初とは思えない自然さね。グッドな演技だったわ。
Thank you very much. Is she part of the movie now? The director's words of praise is making me blush. Yes, I'm here at the shoot all right, but not as an advisor. I'm here to now play a part in the movie. Oh my goodness. You know, I wasn't expecting to finish Raul's route today. I was definitely not prepared to finish Raul's route. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how many hours I have left of Raul's route. Well, the answer is like 1.5 hours. That's all you have left of Raul's route. Because the other routes were like an hour long, and then these are like 20 minutes each. Whatever. It all happened a few days ago when the director came back to restart the shoot after having a appendectomy. I think that's how you say that. It just so happened that the movie's cameraman took a video of Raul who was under Alexander's control. And got you in the shoot too. He showed everyone the video, and just when the staff started to scratch their heads as to what was happening, the director came up with a new plan.
これよ、これだわ、ファンタスティック、マーベラス。
Because of her shooting the arrow, the director suddenly stood up and kept playing the video over and over again. He then begins crying, seeing Raul appear as Alexander the Great.
私に足りなかったのはこれ。この勇ましさと理屈抜きの愛よ。ああ、これぞ真実の愛。きっとタイタンマンみたいな大ヒット映画になるわ。
The director sounds different from usual.
彼、本気モードになるとこの言葉遣いになるのよ。ラウルの変なアレキサンダーごっこが火をつけちゃったみたいね。
ごっこじゃないんだけどな。
いくら嵐が来たからってはしゃぎすぎよ。
ちょっと今すぐ脚本家呼んできて、脚本会議を一から練り直すわ。
一から？
こんな最高の映像が撮れたってのに使わない手はないじゃない。それに SNS ですでに拡散されてるわ。
確かに新しいプロモーションかなんて見出しのニュースばっかり上がってますが、でも今から構成を変えるとなると。
平気よ平気。これぐらいなんとかなるわ。今までの撮影部分だって無駄にしない。あの映像を組み込む方法はあるわ。きっとそう、彼は真実の愛が別にあったの。だからそれまではあんなに嘘っぽい愛の演技だったのよ。カメラマン、テイクワンの映像は撮ってあるわよね。
はい、もちろんありますが。
じゃあほとんどのラウルの演技はテイクワンの方を使うわ。それで伏線は冒頭に入れておくの。そうすれば説得力だって出るし、今まで撮った映像だってほとんど使い回しができるわ。この映像を使ってみせる。ラクダに乗った女神を異色のファンタジーラブコメ映画にするの。これは映画業界に衝撃を起こすわよ。
And so, somehow he convinced me to be a part of the movie. The fact that ad agency was really happy hearing that I would play a role since it would help promote Cupid Corp. Our president also told me to go and do the shoot to promote Cupid Corp. According to the director, I'm supposed to be the lead actress with Raul acting as Cupid. What? What? He even added a subtitle to the movie. It's now Goddess Upon the Camel Part 2, Cupid's Delivery. And so Goddess Upon the Camel Part 2 is now a completely different movie than what it was planned to be. Well, I'm sure the story is interesting, but I'm worried whether this will anger the fans of Part 1. Not that anyone can stop the director now. But why is Raul Cupid? I don't understand. He doesn't have experience being Cupid. How can he act that? The shoot is moving along swimmingly as the director excitedly keeps praising everything being done.
しかもあなた、私のデビュー作のドラマのタイトルと名前同じだし、演技がいいわ。
Huh? He directed that. My name actually came out from the drama called Lynette, Mira, and the Six Princes in Lost York. I watched it quite a while back, so I don't recall who the director was, but I guess it was him. Come to think of it, I watched that drama with Auntie. My heart throbs with pain just thinking about my aunt. After all, I did like her. I hope she's doing fine. I look up into the sky in hopes of seeing Celestia. The last thing I remember was seeing the smiling yet unconscious auntie being taken away into the skies by the divine soldiers. Oh, really?
アレキサンダーなんて たくましいな。
では後処理は我々がしておきます。あなたはマーズ神からの連絡をお待ちください。
I'm still upset that we haven't seen Jupiter in any of these human god interactions. Sure thing, what's going to happen to my aunt?
ミネルヴァ神にはジュピター様の裁きが待っているでしょう。では我々はこれで。
Ah, Chi. Out of nowhere comes Chi, who swiftly sweeps down to grab the Cupid arrows in his beak, and then starts to fly away. Where are you going? Following Chi are the divine soldiers taking my injured aunt into the sky. He's going to go deliver the bow and arrow to Jupiter, probably. And that was the last I've seen of Chi and Auntie. Auntie was a god, so I'm sure her injuries are healed the moment she's back in Celestia. Afterwards, my dad sent me an email using the smartphone confiscated from Auntie. He said that Auntie was scolded pretty badly by Jupiter and that she was sent to prison. Dad is apparently trying to clean up after what happened down here. He stressed to me in bold letters that it's harder to fix than to destroy. In any case, Dad must have done a great job because the human world is back to normal again and Auntie got the punishment she deserved. What about Cupid, who's just going to be a human from now on, though? Time flows slowly in Celestia, so I'm guessing she's locked in prison for a good 100 years. 100 years is more than enough to assure Raul won't be abused again and turned into Alexander, which is great, but it's a bit sad not being able to see Auntie again. I can't get myself to hate her since she was the one who taught me what the human world was about and that I can learn love. It's true that Auntie loved the cultures around the human world, and it was because of her that I took a liking to the human world too. Auntie was the one who filled my life with excitement and joy after years of me simply shooting my arrows to fulfill my duty as Cupid. She's the one who taught me the fun in movies too. She was only like cultivating you to return Raul to her. Like, I could be mad at her.
さあ、次のシーン行くわよ。
リネット、おいで。
Okay. I'm working as an actress now with the person I love and working on a movie with the same director as the drama I watched with Auntie. The shoot continues under the blue sky. The discoveries that come each day brings excitement strong enough to blow my worries away.
じゃあお疲れ様です。
If this is indeed the last section, then I kind of know what CG I'm going to use. See you again. My mind is wandering to the thumbnail since I feel like we're getting to the end of this. With the shoot done for the day, everyone is preparing to go home. I'm putting my things away when Raul comes to my side.
お疲れ。家まで送るよ。
Raul, same to you too. But my house is nearby, so no need to worry about me.
俺が送りたいだけだよ。
I'm gonna take you to his home, probably. Raul holds my hand gently with a hint of hesitation and then lets out a smile. I wonder if he's going to take me home again. Raul takes me home every day, but he hasn't invited me to his home like before yet. We have our dates out for dinner, and he kisses me on my cheek before we leave. We're spending our days like young college students. No wonder Clarice asks me every day if he really is my boyfriend. Ever since that storm, Claire started to say that she wants to live life her own way and then quit Cupid Corp. She's now working at Cutie's Diner, something about wanting to be everyone's Clarice. Oh my goodness. That would explain why Clarice has been having a blast with her nightlife even more than when she was at Cupid Corp. And we don't need to know about that. Now she rarely comes home at night. Which is why I don't actually mind seeing him do more than taking me home. You want to go home with him? Raul looks at me with gentle eyes as he tilts his head in response to my staring. He's not asking me out as casually as before now. Maybe he's just being thoughtful not to tire me out now that I'm involved with the shoot. I don't really mind spending more time talking with Raul. We haven't really had much of a conversation yet. Especially since Raul left Celestia and descended here as Alexander. Both of us aren't sure whether we can talk about what happened, so our conversations have been awkwardly bland. But we're together now. I'm just happy having him by my side.
さあ、帰ろう。
He's probably waiting on you to let him know that everything's fine. Okay. We hold hands as we go our way. I keep thinking about how I could spend more time with him like this if I lived farther away. Just move it with him, it's fine. Okay. We have a section. What? I'm so confused. So confused. What do I do? Like, this is the last section. I can't just put it in its own episode, right? This has been really weird. Like, that was supposed to be the last section because it was the best match, the best love match. But now we got one more, which is not the best ending yet because the best ending is called a red carpet love story. So there's probably going to be a good CG in this one too. I don't know. I have 45 minutes to keep recording, so I might as well keep going. And
これで撮影は終了。みんなよく頑張ったわね。
we're done with the final scene for Goddess Upon the Camel Part 2 and are in the editing phase. Our jobs as actors and actresses are done. The rest is up to the editing staff.
いやー、最初はどうなることかと思ったけど、無事終わったね。
お疲れラウル。あなたも初めてなのにとても素敵だったわ。助演女優賞取れるかも。
Ah, heavens, no, but thank you for saying that.
じゃあ今日は打ち上げだ。またうまいオイスター食べに行くぞ。
You didn't learn you didn't learn your lesson the first time.
あ、監督、口調が戻った。
本気モード一旦終了ってとこかしら。二人はどうする？打ち上げ行くの？
行く？
Raul looks at me. I think he's waiting for me to reply. If Raul goes, then yes.
そっか。じゃあ、行こっか。せっかくだしね。
Restaurant is the same one that Raul took me to last time.
じゃあクランクアップを祝って乾杯。
乾杯！
Everyone taps everyone's drinking glasses before gulping down their drinks. As for me and Raul, we're sitting next to each other at the bar like the last time when we had the party with the silhouette actors in attendance. It all feels like yesterday. I feel like we've done a lot in such a short time. Come to think of it, Emma Winston said that I had no chance of debuting as an actress.
何飲む？
I'll have a cosmopolitan. Raul lets out a gentle smile and then asked the bartender to make us 2 cosmopolitans. It was the first cocktail Raul recommended to me. It's sweet and has a bit of a kick to it. Once we got our cocktails, we do our private cheers together. Cheers.
乾杯。
We're sipping our cocktails without a word. I can tell Raul is getting jitters right now. He glances at me and opens his mouth as if he wants to say something and then hesitantly closes his mouth shut. He wants you to come back with him. I know he does. It seems like Raul has something to say to me, so I'm simply waiting for him to break the ice. We're supposed to be lovers now, but things are mighty awkward still. We haven't kissed at all since we returned. Why don't you just... Yeah, well, she did say you can kiss me anytime, so what are you waiting for? The last time we kissed was when we were in Celestia. Maybe he's already tired of being with me. We're sipping away at our cocktails when suddenly I noticed someone take a seat next to Raul. I knew an actress would come up.
ラウル、今晩どう？
ああ、ごめん。もうやめたんだ、そういうの。
あら、そうなの。了解。次からは誘わないように気をつけるわ。
ありがとう。
Raul looks on as the actress waves her hand goodbye before walking away. And that's it. We go back to drinking our cocktails in silence. This feels like back when we had a drink together for the first time. Raul didn't really outright refuse the actors who approached him for favors. All he did was sip his cocktail with a smile on his face as he told them that he'll get back to them one day. This time he outright refused. Does this mean that things are still going between us? What? Oh my goodness. Why don't you just say something to him? This is like the last section. We sit so close to each other that our shoulders are about to touch, and yet all we do is drink without saying a word. For being a party, time is moving by in silence. The night slowly reaches the late hours. With the party done, Raul and I are walking in Lost York in the midst of the night. From 7th Avenue, we head to 6th Avenue. From 6th Avenue, we head to 4th Avenue. Oh my goodness. This is really dragging out, isn't it? We finally reached my home on 2nd Avenue, where we finally stop.
着いたよ。
Raul quietly smiles next to me. All he did was escort me back home. I thought we were lovers. She wants him to, like, take charge, but I don't know. I think he's waiting on you. You're not going to invite me to your place again today? I just couldn't hold myself back any longer. It was about time. Raul's eyes widened hearing my words.
俺の家に来てくれるの?
I haven't been to your place in ages, Raul. I thought you were just being careful with the shoot going on, but we're finally done. I look at Raul to see a tone of seriousness dwell in his expression. He goes deep into thought, and then finally comes to a resolve to speak what is on his mind.
ずっと迷ってたんだ。本当に俺でいいのかなって。
I thought you guys already told each other you loved each other. Huh? I tilt my head in confusion as he looks at me with a frown.
キューピッドは恋をしてキスをしたら人間になるってミネルヴァは言ってたよね。でもその後、君はキューピッドの矢を放った。
So he still thought she was a god.
だから、もし君がキューピッドのままでいたいって思うなら、これが最後のチャンスなんじゃないかって思ったんだ。
Oh, that's so sweet. He didn't want to turn her back to a human if she didn't want to. Now I understand. Okay, that's really sweet. If she wanted to be a god, he was going to let her be a god.
そう思ったら手が出せなくなった。俺にそんな価値があるのかって。
That was bothering you this whole time?
そりゃ考えるよ。これは神話に残るような出来事なんだ。俺の勝手な希望で選択肢を奪っちゃダメだよ。
Raul is very serious here. His expression is quite telling.
俺は君が好きだよ。君と許されるならずっと一緒にいたい。でももし君がキューピッドでいたいなら。
You're willing to give up because of that?
What?
It's too late. My option is long gone. I don't have the option to choose to remain as Cupid anymore because my love for you is worth more than that, Raul.
Oh.
Raul holds his breath and grabs my hand, his eyes glimmer with passion.
本当に俺を選んでくれるの?
Of course.
抱きしめていい?
He's so cute. Yes.
キスしていい?
I'm sorry, this is so adorable. Yes. He holds me tight. Our lips come together so naturally. My heart throbs from the long-awaited kiss. The kiss only lasted a second, but I could tell that was enough to light a fire inside Raul. Our fingers come together as we kiss out in the open. Words aren't needed now. Is it pouring? Oh my goodness. They're in the shower. They brought the towel in and everything. See if I can turn off the sound effects. I'll probably be back in a second, but we'll see if that works. The sound of the shower separates us from the world. We kiss for a long while as if we're holding a sacred ritual. We use the excuse that we're washing off the sweat from the last day of shooting to escape here together. We know we're both thinking the same thing. We touch each other's hands, and before we know it, our lips come together. We kiss as we feel our heat through our skin. That's all we're doing, and it already feels like we're doing more than just kiss right now. Our kiss isn't fiery, but rather is the most gentle and most exciting kiss that we've ever had. Our wet eyelashes touch each other as we look at each other's eyes.
緊張してる?
I am. After all, it's the first time I'm going to be spending a real night with the person I love. I slept with him twice before, but I wasn't aware of what we were doing the first time. The second was simply done from primal urges. This is the first time I'll be sleeping with someone who I've stated my love to, my true love.
俺もだよ。だから、すごく緊張してる。
Really, Raul? I thought he's been through this a lot already. He pouts, seeing a surprised look on my face.
そりゃそうだよ。君は俺の初恋の人なんだから。俺に恋を教えたんだって忘れた?
He whispers his words at me as we kiss again. He's fondling my hair with his fingers.
ねえ、リネット。俺に恋を教えてくれてありがとう。きっと君に出会わなければ俺はこんな気持ちを知ることはなかったよ。好きな人とキスをするのってこんなに気持ちいいんだね。日向ぼっこするみたいにホッとするのにすごくドキドキする。俺が毎秒生まれ変わってるみたいだよ。
He rests his fingertips on my cheek and then gives me a sweet kiss. Raul. I can tell his body reacts each time I call his name. The gentle kiss earlier is deep now. He pulls my hips towards him.
ごめん。もう我慢できそうにないや。
He whispers as quietly as possible and closes in on my body. The towel wrapping our bodies falls to the floor and absorbs the running water. The steam and sound of sprinkling water removes us from the world. We reach out to each other as if we're going to do this for the first time as those who found love. We spent as much time as we could expressing our love to each other. We're now lying down in his bed, savoring that time we've spent.
気持ちよかったね。
Yes. We look at each other, though I'm in a daze with sleep coming upon me.
君の言ってた通りだね。好きな人とすると違うって本当に特別なことだったんだね。なんだかこんなに満たされたの初めてだよ。
Me too. I never felt this way before. My experience wasn't enough to fully comprehend what happened. We came together as one while I let my body follow that primal instincts I had. Oh, at least this isn't as embarrassing to read as some of the other times. What I can say now is that I'm the happiest person in the world right now. Raul lets out a yawn as he rubs his sleepy eyes.
すごく体が重たいや。全身を使って愛するのってすごいことなんだね。
Raul smiles and holds my hand with his fingers between mine. He runs his pointer finger down my ring finger.
ねえ、明日指輪買いに行かない?
Well, that's an interesting way of proposing. Huh? A ring?
結婚指輪買いに行こうよ。
Really? Isn't your agent going to be angry? I mean, his agent did keep reiterating that he can't get married because he's an actor with a future ahead of him. Raul shakes his head.
いいよ、怒らせておけばさ。それより俺、君を誰かに取られたくない。だから、お揃いの指輪、つけたいんだ。
I think I said that in my script. Really. He's supposed to be everyone's Raul Aconite, the Sillywood actor, but I don't want him to be taken away from me too, so I nod and let out a smile in response. I want a pair of matchy rings too.
じゃあ決まりだね。
Raul lets out a bright smile and then nudges himself closer to me. Raul gives me a kiss and looks straight into my eyes. He looks at me with loving eyes that finally learned love.
リネット、俺と結婚してください。
There you go. Now you've proposed to her. Of course I will. I love you, Raul.
俺も愛してるよ、リネット。
Oh, he said my favorite line. Our bodies touch and our legs wrap around each other once again. We kiss as we wrap our arms and fingers around each other. I doubt I'll get tired of this anytime soon. We're madly in love, even without me using my Cupid arrow. We kiss to check our love as our senses ask for more. I never knew that love could be endless. I didn't know that despite being Cupid. Our burning love blossoms like the brightness of the sun. I'm sure I can absorb this as long as he's my love. The former Alexander the Great and former Cupid have finally learned love and are now bound as one. We share our secrets and kisses. We smile as we hold hope for an even brighter future. A future that didn't exist back when I was Cupid. We will be together enjoying what each day brings. We will share our feelings together every day. We close our eyes and kiss again. He kisses her a lot. Usually it ends on a CG, like it fades to black with CGs, but it doesn't this time.
You are special to me.
Oh, that's the CG they ended with. I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised with how Raul's route ended. Yeah, I was unsure about his route because of the fact that he's obsessed with gods and that's all he talks about. But yeah, I actually liked how it ended and the route it took to get through. I was not expecting the last 5 sections to be less than 2 hours long. By the time you get to this point, I would have already decided, but as of right now, I don't know if I want to keep it one video or if I'm going to split it up. I'll have to see while I'm editing it or the sections end and how long it makes each video. But I could just put this into one. It'll probably be just an hour and like 40 minutes, which is like normal. So if I did it into two, it would be very short. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see what I'm editing. But I actually like this route. I think I liked it more than Gil, and I don't know why. Because Gil was always in love with her. I think it was just because they took forever to just confess and figure it out. They took a long time to confess in this one too, but it wasn't frustrating to read because like they already knew and they were going to, and it wasn't them waiting on each other to finally come out with it. I was expecting to see Alan and I was expecting to see Jupiter, and I didn't see any of those, so I'm really disappointed in that. But we'll get to see Alan in the next route because it's Alan's route finally, and I am so curious of how this is going to go. He only showed up in like Gil's route, and Claris wasn't in this at all, and Claris has like a secret friendship going on with Alan. So, but I'm expecting to see Jupiter in the next one, I hope, because Alan wants the way back to Celestia, and Jupiter being the god of all gods and Celestia, he's really having no screen time when the humans go into the god realm, which is very confusing to me. I don't know why. Like her parents didn't even show up when she went back, so it was all about Minerva and Alexander the Great, which I guess is fine and all, but I was expecting, a little bit more confrontation, but it's whatever. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like down below and or subscribe. But yeah, look forward to Raul's endings, and we are coming up upon the I think the main plot of the story and the climactic of the story is what I feel anyway. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.